Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We are talking about leveraging private sector for better education. Pardon my saying that we had a session just before this where there were many education leaders who are running universities who were present. For last 2 days, you had a lot of policymakers who have been present in various forums. But if you look at the audience here today, you don't find any of those educational leaders running universities who would like to leverage private sector for better education. You would find most of the policymakers missing from this session because they have no time for the industry per se. I would put it like this, that a lot of work is being done. A lot of work is being done progressively by the government. A lot of work is being done by the private sector. But still, what is missing is that we have not been able to find a complementing ground where what is available in private sector can be used by the government, can be used by the private institutions for better educational outcomes. If I look at it, I feel that private sector in terms of education can be leveraged in 4 dimensions. One is private sector participation in school education. Second is private sector participation in higher education. Private sector participation in government institutions or public institutions. And private sector participation in private institutions. But the challenge today is that we talk about technology, we talk about content, we talk about services, we talk about resources. But when we sit down and really try to plan ahead, do we even sit down to make a blueprint or a roadmap where we are going to put all these pieces together? I sell technology to schools, I sell books to schools, I sell books to engineering colleges, I sell technology to them, I do teacher training. And these are the things where we work with government, where we work with private institutions. The question is that when you talk about ICT in schools, much before this whole thing got consolidated, it has become commoditized. It has become a commodity. And what Vivek was talking about content, the question is that need of that content, whether it was ever felt by the institution, is still questionable. If you look at the government of India today, and I was lucky to be a part of both school education and higher education PPP models, one of the things what government is trying to do is to provide infrastructure. The panelists before us in the session before, she said infrastructure is not going to be the problem, but how to use it is going to be the problem. Now, if as a policy maker you are saying that how to use it is going to be the problem, that means that you have not thought through. And that scale where you have to take it can only happen through private sector participation. Because what is happening is that, for example, if you look at school education models, the Kendriya Vidyalayas and Navodaya Vidyalayas are good school models started by the government. But today, as far as the government of India is concerned, it cannot take that scale. It cannot replicate beyond a particular number of schools. And there the private sector participation is something which is very, very important. The second example is that there was a report which was recently tabled, and this report was tabled, it was called Narayan Murthy report on corporate participation in higher education. And why this report was published? Because there is a lot of talk about philanthropy and CSR. Infosys was asked that whether you can invest your money in higher education. When they were asked about it, Mr. Narayan Murthy went to the board of Infosys and said, suppose we want to go ahead and invest in higher education, what should we do? Those bits and pieces which they are good at. Just to give you an example, I was working with JNTU Hyderabad, and this is one of the largest engineering colleges affiliating university. Now, they want to go and connect all of their colleges through e-learning. They want to have a good faculty development program. They want to connect to industry. But unfortunately, what has happened is that whatever has been developed by National Mission on ICT, they are first supposed to use that. Whether it works, it doesn't work is no one's criteria. Now, when you are talking about content development, you are saying that the best SME is an IIT professor. Now, a good IIT professor can be a good researcher, he can be a good teacher. But is he supposed to be good in pedagogy? Is he supposed to be good in instruction design? And whatever he's saying, whether a student in a C-grade engineering college in Andhra Pradesh would understand that. So that is where today, if you want to expand, the private sector has to play a role. Now, if you look today very clearly, Microsoft and Intel, these two companies have done excellent expansion programs bringing ICT into schools in terms of orientation programs, in terms of awareness programs. But now the schools or higher educational institutions has to go to the next level. There are project management issues, there are issues of scale, there are issues of understanding the technology. Today we were talking about Moodle, learning platforms, everything. But you are talking about 3 or 4% of the people in that whole ecosystem who understand that. What happens to the learner, whether he gets access, whether he gets good content, whether he can actually achieve. So what I'm trying to say is that till the time private sector is not a component of strategic planning for the educational blueprint of the country, till the time we do not talk about public-private partnership from a profit angle, till the time we don't involve private sector in terms of discussions, in terms of, I would put it like this, in terms of showcasing. I will very frankly ask you, Ravi and me have been friends since the time he started this. Most of the government people who come and visit this, how many of them go ahead and visit the expo properly? It will be only 5 to 10% who have a real interest. So the challenge here is, if you want to involve private sector, bring private sector on a platform where the policymakers understand that whatever they are planning for 5 years ahead, the private sector has a role to play. I'll just give you an example, the last one I would give you. In the 12th plan, there have been 3 major inputs from the Government of India. One is funds for higher education, second is fund for ICT, and third, funds for faculty development. Unfortunately, all these 3 areas are isolated. They don't talk each to each. They don't talk from one to another. So if you go to a person who is responsible for ICT in higher education, he has no access to what is happening to the major funds which are going to their institution. And in this whole process, there is no question that they are going to say that the private sector, please come, be a service provider, be a system integrator, be a project manager, provide the content. So the question here is that the private sector today has 2 challenges. When you talk about public, so what is that public? That is private money. That is your and my money, which has gone in there. Someone else is investing it. And when you invest money as a privately held company, then you cannot go there and kind of become a participant to that success story because you are for profit. So my request is, and my request is to the organizers, that when we talk about leadership, when we talk about private sector to go ahead, we also need to create forums where the benchmarks on quality, benchmarks on outcomes, and benchmarks on promoting private sector in the government sector are established. Thank you very much.